This video is about boat work. Does it ever finish? And really, no. There's always something to do on a boat, especially on a wooden boat. There's a lot of maintaining to do. So a wooden boat is, you just got to love it to do the work. I'm getting a bit frustrated at the moment. We've been in Moreton Bay area now for 6 months, and I was hoping we're only going to be here for like a year before we start cruising, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen that way. We've just run out of money. Things that we put in place hasn't worked out for us to cruise full time. Like we've got the anchor windlass up, but it's not connected, so because we've run out of money. Now our portable fridge is broken, so there's another expense, and it just seems like there's just always something happening, and it just gets me down a bit. So this video will show what projects we've got coming up and what John's already done at the moment. So hopefully enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll catch you next time. Bye. Okay, today we are going to reveal our list of things to be done before April 2020, because what are we doing, John? We're going for a week sailing.
Yes.
And then the long-term projects. So the first one is replace perspex windows.
Long term. Because it's not quite necessary. We're putting them on this paper like this because we had sticky notes, if you saw previously, but the heat keeps getting to the glue on the sticky notes and they keep falling and we lose them.
So the next one is install gas bottles and lines. I think they can be a long term because we don't really need it
straight away
to go away with. Service engine.
That will be definitely before we go away.
Install extra auto build pump.
Long term. We at the moment have 1 electric and 2 manual. I've just got a new auto to stick on the other side of the keel.
So the next one is fix mainsail problem. Now the problem is missing because we ran out of stuff.
Yeah, ran out of the machine ran out of tape.
Next one is replace flooring.
Long term. So I mean it's
And then it's new spray dodger.
Hopefully before April.
Next one is we got a barbecue off eBay, secondhand barbecue. So we need to install that.
It's probably long term because it will need gas and bottles.
And the next one is new boom cover and lazy jacks.
That should be done before we go away so that we can handle the mainsail a lot easier.
So the next one is stern flagpole.
Need that for Australia Day, so it's definitely going to be done.
Next one is install the I-70 transducer.
That's long,
February, because that's the next time it's coming out.
February, March, yes.
Yeah. So Huey's coming out in February, March for
The bottom paint and the transducer.
is Install Chart Plotter. So you'll see all the new toys we bought too in the upcoming videos.
All our pre-Christmas presents.
Okay.
Got nothing left for Christmas, but that doesn't matter.
Install grey water tank. That has to be done before we go away.
Yes, so in Queensland you need a grey water tank. So
Helm gauge pod.
I think that one's pretty much taken care of, but we'll put it up there anyway.
Replace main water tank.
Yeah.
Anchor, chain and rope.
Yep. At the moment, as mentioned previously on a couple of the videos, the chain and rope that we have, or the chain and warp that we have on Huey at the moment, was a manual version. So it's not short link chain, so it can't be used in the anchor windlass.
Windlass power cable.
Yep. I think I'm doing a pretty reasonable job at keeping them half decent.
Install windlass deck switches.
Yep.
So the windlass is in there, but we can't use it for anything else.
That one in there. So it's all part of the same.
So Lucky Last is treat inside timber hole.
That's long term.
So we do have more, but we ran out of
Machine ran out.
labels for our labelling machine.
Yeah.
So
We'll add to it.
Yeah, we'll show you what we've added to it. But he's got a lot of work to do before April. So anybody wants to come down and help him, he'll be glad. It's a bit windy here today, but we've got some more tape to make our list. So here we go, we're going to finish it off. So the first one, if I can get it undone, is replace all cushions. So that's the loon cushions, our V-berth cushions.
It'll be a long term because it's not super necessary, but it'd be nice to have new cushions.
So we think the cushions are the original.
Yep.
40 years ago, because as we all know that John first sailed on it when she was first launched, and he remembers the same material. Next one is
create storage lockers in the saloon. Our saloon at the moment has only access lockers underneath and nothing below the two shelves and the storage that's already there, but there is space behind it. So I'm going to probably pull that panel out and make a whole new lot of storage. It could be long term before we go away.
Okay. Next one is fixed head sliding door. So last year at Christmas time, the sliding door came off its hinge and I was locked in the head for a little while until they could get it off. So
I'll put this one on this, so I reckon it should be fixed before we go away.
But it's only the two of us, so you know, if it doesn't get fixed, it's not too bad.
It's not too dramatic.
Yeah. So the next one is fit water filter. So we bought a water filter. Must probably over a year ago now. At least, and it's still sitting there ready to be put in.
But we'll get that done hopefully on this lot before we go away.
Yeah, let's hope. And the next one, which is so important because the other day we just could not stop the engine, is replace engine stop cable.
Yes, it's starting to get ridiculous. That's a requirement
So our short-term list is fairly big. So John, luckily he's retired now, he's got a lot of work to do.
I don't seem to be making much of a dent in it though, do I?
So no doubt the list is going to get longer, but we're going to go sailing for a week on Moreton Bay in April. So we need all these things done so we can go. So stay tuned. Now we've done the list, let's see what John's up to at the moment. What are you doing, John?
At the moment, I'm continuing doing varnishing the hull. At the moment, yeah, this lock is, as you can see, still the original colour. And if you have a look on the side, that's what the new varnish does to seal the timber.
So how much have you done so far?
Well, if you pan round, I've done all the saloon, all the sides down behind the settees, behind the lockers, underneath all the lockers, underneath the saloon table floor, down to the centre of the bilge.
Oh, so everything under the floor as well?
Yeah, everything under the floor as well is done here in the saloon.
And
my brother David did the bathroom, or the head.
And you've done underneath the V-berth?
Underneath the V-berth, underneath the lockers, all the sides are right up to the anchor well forward.
Oh wow.
Is all completely varnished, all in these lockers, these lockers.
Okay. So why do you have to varnish the hull?
The timber at the moment is as it was, or very close to as it was, from when the boat was built.
But why do you have to do it?
Because timber keeps a certain moisture, it tends to, as it dries out, it tends to shrink a little bit. And what we've been getting is some hairline little marks in the paintwork on the outside as the hull contracts and expands with moisture, heavy rain, etc., or sailing on one side for long periods of time. So I've talked to the original builder. I'm using at the moment Norglass Weatherfast Poly Clear Gloss for the simple reason this is a very low odorous, has very low hydrocarbons in it at 6 to 7, which means that like Kim and I are standing down here, and I was only varnishing yesterday and the day before. If we put a normal varnish down here or a wood treatment, with the heat and the humidity, it would give you a headache. The fumes would be overpowering. So I'm sealing all the inside. The timber on the outside's already sealed, so hopefully the moisture content in the timber itself will stay reasonably stable, and then we'll have less effect on the hull. And
so that it won't shrink anymore?
It's timber. All timber boats.
But it won't shrink as much.
No.
And it won't, and so won't have water in the boat.
That's correct. We don't get water in the boat. We got a little bit of water after the last slipping as the timber dried out because it was so hot. But because we were on the hard for 7 days, so it was, you've got to minimise how long the boat dries out with timber. I'm not as fussed with the timber work in the cabin top because the cabin top and the actual deck has got fiberglass, has got a fiberglass coat for to stop any moisture coming through. So it's more stable and we don't get leaks. Eventually I will get around to doing all these timber sides again, the bulkheads, the whole lot will be done. It's being a timber boat, it's ongoing. You start a small project and you'll come back to it, you'll do something else.
Okay, we'll let you finish varnishing, and once you've done that you can show us what other jobs you have completed or half completed.
There's a few half completed.
But we'll let you finish varnishing first.
So we'll get to that later.
Okay, what have you done in here in the galley?
Besides make a mess,
Bit of a mess, isn't it?
Yeah, we installed our little new gas stove.
And we got that from actually Gumtree.
Gumtree, yes. We used to have a spirit stove and oven which was very deadly, quite dangerous.
Because it was so old.
Yeah,
and I just didn't like the idea of it.
you tended not to be able to put it out if it kept wanting to burn because of the pressure and so on. But yeah, so ignoring the tools are where the new shelves hopefully will go.
Actually, I do want a whole new kitchen, like pull all this out. But so if anybody wants to help, that would be really good, because John doesn't really want to do it. But yeah, I think it needs it. So what do we have to else do with the stove to make it?
Well, the two main things at the moment is connect the gas lead and put a port through the fiberglass and feed it to the back where the bottles will go. And the other thing is to put a counterbalance on the bottom of the stove, because I installed the gimbals, but yeah, the weight of it, I know that, you know, you pull these things out and it's a little bit more level, but even with a pot on it, it needs to be counterbalanced. There's no, so we'll have to get some lead or something and stick a chock under there. Or
yeah. So I didn't want an oven. I just thought a grill and the stove top would be enough, because we bought a barbecue which we got off eBay, and I thought we could, if we need to bake something, well, we can just do it in the barbecue
and keep the heat out of the boat, which is a major thing up here in Queensland.
Okay. So what else have you done, John?
Well, let's go outside and see.
Okay.
As on previous photos and videos, if you remember, we originally had just this frame and the compass, and of course the helm position. I needed an instrument pod. I didn't want to pay $500-600 for one, so I used a recessed fire extinguisher housing with some black plastic or perspex, and yeah, so we ended up with having our existing instruments that we've got, which is our old Hummingbird depth sounder, in position and working, which is excellent. And we ended up with the Ray Marine depth sounder, which I've now programmed for meters instead of feet, so it's excellent.
We had to put a new transducer in since the one got damaged when we took it out to get
Slipped.
But it got slipped.
Yes, the transducer that the boatyard put in at the time works on the I-40. It doesn't work on the new I-70 we've got here, which is the multi-function display. That works for our wind instrument on the mast and the depth, and when we program it into the chart plotter, will give us all the other information correctly.
So the wind instrument is up?
Yep, it's just not set up at the moment.
And the transducer we've still got to put in?
Correct.
Which we'll do, what's February, did you say? When's it coming out again?
It's probably now, because the anti-fouling is lasting longer than we thought. It's probably going to come out in autumn.
Okay. And what's that?
And the vacant space here will be for the auto helm.
When we get one? When
we get one, we'll have the standard drive auto helm, so that we can leave the wheel and she'll steer herself. And
great, so you've done a little bit on the boat?
Done, yes, did a light sand and put another coat on the timber coamings for the cockpit as well. They're like everything else on the timber on the boat, they're always ongoing. At least twice a year try and get a coat on them.